Welcome to this Magicka Mayhem tutorial video. My name is Ken Erickson and I'm co-creator of Magicka Mayhem with my 10-year-old son Ethan. In this video we're going to keep it really simple and we're going to go with just the very basics of the cards included in Magicka Mayhem and exactly how to read each of those cards. We'll call that kind of a card anatomy. So the three different card types in Magicka Mayhem are spells, elements, and mayhem. We won't go into mayhem cards too much at the particular moment, but we will go into spell and element cards. Basically, we consider spell cards to be the recipe cards in order to cast a spell. And we consider element cards to be the ingredients necessary to make that recipe in order to cast a spell. So you need to combine a certain number of elements in order to cast a spell. And then as the game progresses, there will occasionally be these kind of crazy, silly things that will occur in the form of mayhem cards that are kind of a lot of fun. At least we hope you see them that way as well. But let us show you a little bit about those cards themselves. So I have here a spell card. It's called the Mayhem-ified. And if we look at this card, we'll see right across the top, you immediately know that it's a spell card because it's written right in the middle of it. It has the name of the actual spell that you're casting. And then you also have the elements necessary to cast it. So the ingredients necessary to cast this spell. And in this case, we have 3 fire necessary and 1 lightning. And if we get those ingredients together, we can cast the spell against our foe and hopefully get us closer towards winning the game. We also have some special effects here in bold directly underneath the spell. And that tells you some other nuances to the card that can change your strategy a little bit when you combine this card with other cards, different spells, and that type of thing. So in this particular case, instead of it doing just 4 damage, which we have listed right here as the average damage that it does, it would actually do less damage, 2 damage to frozen targets, or it could do more damage to wet targets, 6 damage to wet targets. And then we have kind of a fun little text below there that kind of just adds a little something to the game. So the effect text here in bold is really important. The text below that is just kind of fun. It adds a little humor to the game, which we think is pretty entertaining. Hopefully you agree with us. So that is the basic anatomy of the spell card. Now, how do you get that spell to cast? And you need to use an actual element card. So let's show you a basic element card right now. This is one of the simple element cards. This is called a fire card. And the reason I call it a simple element card is because it only has 1 element. It's very easy to figure out. When you look at this card, you know that it's giving you 1 fire. We also have some other added effects that occur that are listed here as well that you can kind of pay attention to. We have another type of element card, though, which is called a combo card. The combo card is it could be one or it could be the other. And in Magicka, and in Magicka Mayhem, you actually have the situation where you can have opposing elements. You see here what says opposite element is cold. So the opposite of fire is cold, which means you're rarely going to see those 2 elements combined into the same spell, and that becomes a little bit strategic later on. But for right now, for the most part, these won't really combine too often in the game. So, but we do have these combo element cards, and they're combo element cards because they could be one or the other. They could be fire or cold, and you'll see these little icons next to each other. It means it could be fire or cold. It would be 1 fire or 1 cold. So now between these 2 cards, we actually have not just 1 fire, we actually have 2 fire towards our requirement to cast Mayhem-ified. We could also have another type of element card right here called the blended element. And the blended element is basically a wild card. So in this one, even though there are 8 total elements in the game, this one allows you to use 6 of them in order to be combined into a spell to cast. And look right there, we can use fire as one of those. So now we have our 3 fires. 1, 2, 3 fires, all from very different types of cards. Now we need one more thing, we need lightning. And we're going to use another card here, which is also a combo card. And it is a lightning and earth combo card. So therefore, it can either be lightning or it can be earth. These are opposing elements. You generally won't see them occur in the same spell, but you can pick one of these 2 in order to cast the Mayhem-ified spell. So that gives you a basic overview of how the card anatomy. Well, we'll also go into the card anatomy of the Mayhem cards a little bit further on in the tutorial series. That gives you the basics. And we're going to show you how to combine these together in different ways in our next video. Thanks so much for watching.